In question 1 in this video for algebra solving equations, we've got our indice rules. On the bottom we've b to the power of 1, so the top has to be b to the power of 11. Because of our rules of indices, b to the power of 11 over b to the power of 1 would be b to the power of 10. So b has to be 11, and we're adding m and minus 2. m minus 2 equals 11. M would have to be 13, as you can see here. Nice easy solving equation question to start if you know your rules of indices. In this question we're given an equilateral triangle, XYZ. They all have side length 6. I'll just sketch it here. It's down below, but we have X, Y and Z, and if all the sides are 6, all the angles are the same in an equilateral triangle. So 180 divided by 3 will give the sides of the angle, which will be 60 degrees, and the perimeter has to be 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is 18 centimeters. In the second part of this game, Maria plays a game using this triangle, and she flips the coin and moves the counter in the direction XYZ. Using the following rule, if she gets heads, she moves the counter 6, and if she gets tails, she moves the counter 12. So let's see what happens here. At the start of the game, Maria is at point X. So she's here. And she gets tails on each of the 4 flips. Where is she after 4 flips? So we don't need this piece of information. 12 centimeters each time. So she's going 1, 2 for the first flip. 1, 2, Y is at the second flip. 1, 2, X is at the third flip. So 1, 2, Z, and you can manipulate the diagram in the exam. Z will be where she will be at. Part B of this question, simultaneous equations, but they give some information to start. Now, we're just solving the simultaneous equations below. We don't really need this piece of information, but they are telling you that E and F are natural numbers. So make sure you get natural numbers as an answer. There's a couple of ways to do it. We have 2E is 3F. So from this equation I can say F is equal to 2E over 3. I could also say that E is equal to 3F over 2. And I could sub these into the first equation. And then I'll have an equation with just one unknown. First of all, I'm going to multiply this by 5 just to get rid of the fraction. 8F divided by 5 times 5 would just be 8F. Minus 5E would be equal to 2 times 5, which is 10. And I'm going to sub F in. 8 times F, 8 times 2E over 3. Minus 5E is equal to 10. So I'm going to get 16E over 3. I could multiply by 3 in one step here, but I'll just simplify it first. Minus 5E is equal to 10. So there's a couple of ways to do this. I could say that 5E is equal to 15E over 3. That's 5E. So I have 16E over 3 minus 15E over 3 is equal to 10. So E divided by 3, just 1E over 3 is equal to 10. So you can see that E will be 30. And if E is 30, 2 30s are 60. 3F would be equal to 60. So F would be 20. In this question, the previous video, you might have seen algebraic expressions with no equal sign. So we're going to follow the same rules here when they're equal to something. 2 times 3 on the bottom. On top, 3 times 3x plus 5 plus 2 times x minus 4. So just rearranging it first is equal to 16. So we're going to get 9x plus 15 plus 2x minus 8 all over 6 is equal to 16. So multiplying by 6 and simplifying the top, I'm going to get 11x, 9x plus 2x, 9x plus 2x. 15 minus 8 is plus 7, and 6 16s are 96. So I get 11x is equal to 89. 96 minus 7, so x is equal to 89 over 11. And that's the answer here. They don't always work out evenly. They're giving us a clue that there's a fraction as an answer. So it's 89 over 11. Similar example from the junior search for these algebraic fractions. On the bottom we have 3 times 2. On the top, we have 2 times 2x plus 4, just rearrange to begin with. The minus sign is obviously important, and that goes with the 3 times 5x minus 7. So be careful on top, we have a minus by a minus. This is equal to 5. So 4x plus 8 minus 15x plus 21 is equal to this 6 on the bottom times the 5, which is 30. So we're going to have minus 11x plus 29 equals 30. So minus 11x is equal to 30 minus 29, which is 1. So x is equal to 1 over minus 11. In class, they always ask, is minus 1 over 11 equal to 1 over minus 11? And it is, of course. It's just one minus sign. It doesn't matter where it goes. Most of the time, you write it in front of the fraction, minus 1 over 11. So these 3 things are the same. So don't worry about which way you write it. It'll be corrected. In this quadratic question, we're told part of the graph of the function, because it will go on obviously up this way and similarly up this way. So part of this graph is shown. We're given 2 points, or an S. Each of these points has an x value and a y value. And we're given the quadratic expression in terms of x, y, a, and b. So if we sub this minus 5 in for x and minus 4 in for y, we get minus 4 is equal to, putting minus 4 in for y, minus 5 to be squared, plus 8 times x, so that's minus 5x, plus b. So we are, sorry, minus 5a plus b, we're putting our x value in. So we're going to get minus 4 is equal to 25 minus 5a plus b. So minus 5a plus b is equal to minus 4 minus 25 minus 29. On this side, we're putting 3 in for y. So 3 is equal to x squared, 2 squared, plus ax plus 2a plus b. So 2a plus b plus 4 is equal to 3. So 2a plus b is equal to minus 1. And over here I have a b, up here I have a b. So if I multiply this expression by minus 1 to get minus 2a minus b is equal to plus 1. I'm bringing it over here. Minus 2a minus b is equal to 1. I get minus 7a is equal to minus 28. So a is equal to 4. And if a is equal to 4, minus 2 times 4 minus b is equal to 1. So I get minus 8, and I'm going to bring the 1 to the left. Minus 1 is equal to bringing the b to the right, will be positive. So b is equal to minus 9. So that's the first and second part of this question, solving for a and b. So we end up with x squared minus 4x, sorry, plus 4x minus 9. We got a to be 4 and b to be minus 9. So that's solving for a and b. The coordinates where it crosses the y-axis, well, you guys know it crosses the y-axis whatever the value of the constant is. So the coordinates will be when x is equal to 0. When x is 0, y is minus 9. The constant tells us where it crosses the y-axis. And by solving an equation, find the point where it crosses the x-axis. So this is the quadratic formula. This doesn't factorize. So we have minus 4 plus or minus, you've seen the quadratic formula already, b squared minus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2a. So put this into your calculator, 2 times 1. Now the a, b in this one are different, so just be careful that your a and b that you were solving for originally, that's why I haven't mentioned it again, are not the a that would be here, the coefficient of x squared. So typing this into a calculator. So for the positive version, so for minus 4 plus the square root, it's going to be 16 plus 36, 52 over 2. This gives me 1.60. Does it ask for decimal places? One decimal. Okay, so it's 1.6. And then the negative version of this answer is giving me, correct one decimal, minus 5.6. So it's minus 5.60 and 1.60 for the 2 points where it crosses the x-axis. So you've seen two examples of quadratic formula. Make sure to use your calculator every time and double or triple check your answer.